What's up, my Bringlese family? Welcome back to Bringlese. I got a special video for you guys. I have a very special video for you today because in this video, we're gonna be talking about would, could, and should in English. 3 of the most important words in English. And at the end of this video, you should understand how they work, when to use them, how to use them, and everything about them. So let's get started. Let's start with would, which is the word you use when you describe a conditional sentence. So for example, if you say, if I were taller, I would like to go. So in the condition of being taller, in that condition, I would like to go. The simplest way to use would is to just put the word would directly after the person or subject. So to say like sarebbe bello in Italian, you would say it would be nice. Now, very similar to the word would is the word could. The only difference is could explains like a possibility or an ability, or in Italian, potere. So in the example I used earlier, if I were taller, it would be nice. What if I said, if I were taller, I could play basketball, okay? So in Italian, se io fossi più alto, potrei giocare a basket. So something you can do, again, in a specific condition. Similar to the word would, when you use the word could, you just have to say the word could after the subject. So you could say, it could be fun. She could play soccer. We could go to Africa. Last is should, which I don't want to confuse you. Should is not necessarily a condition. Should is more of a suggestion or something in theory that should be true. So in Italian, if you say dovresti andare, that's kind of like a suggestion, like you should go. That's something I think is good, so you should go. But that's not really a condition. So how would you say dovere in the conditional format? Well, that's actually easy. Dovere in English is to have to. For example, devo andare, I have to go. So if you want to change that to conditional, you could just say dovrei andare, which would be I would have to go. So for example, you could say in Italian, se fosse mezzogiorno adesso, dovrei andare. So in that condition, if it were noon now, I would have to go. You don't want to say, if it were noon now, I should go. Should is a suggestion or something in theory that should happen. So now that you understand would, could, and should, let's talk about how to put these in the past tense. For example, se ti avessi visto, ti avrei salutato. So ti avrei salutato. That is this conditional in the past now. So how do you say that in English? So as always, you can take would or could, and all you have to do is add the word have, always, even third person. So would have, could have. After that, you put the verb in the participle. The participle is the third column. For example, go, went, gone. Gone is the participle. Write, wrote, written. Written is the participle. Be, was, been. Been is the participle. So when you have these conditionals in the past, you will say would have participle, could have participle, or should have participle. For example, I would have gone, sarei andato. She would have seen, lei avrebbe visto. Sarei dovuto andare, I should have gone. Okay? So with that knowledge, you can make conditional sentences in the present tense and the past tense. And since you can make sentences now, I want to give you a translation game practice. So I will say the sentence in Italian, and you have to translate it for me in English. Let's start with number 1, which is sarebbe bello vederti domani. Sarebbe bello vederti domani. So our verb is essere, to be. So how would you say sarebbe? It would be. Notice quickly that in Italian you have no subject. You just say sarebbe. In English, we always have a subject. We always have a subject. Remember that. So you have to say, it would be nice to see you tomorrow. Sarebbe bello vederti tomorrow. It would be nice to see you tomorrow. One more trick with would is that it often becomes apostrophe D. So it'd be nice to see you tomorrow. Next sentence is domani potrebbe essere una giornata fantastica. How do you say that in English? The correct answer is tomorrow could be a fantastic day. If it was sarebbe una giornata fantastica, tomorrow would be, but potrebbe essere, tomorrow could be a fantastic day. Number 3, forse dovresti riposarti un po'. Dovresti riposarti un po'. In English, we would say, maybe you should relax a little bit. Maybe you should relax a little. Remember, dovresti, I'm giving a suggestion. So you should relax a little bit. Now, let's do some translations in the past tense. So conditional past tense now. First sentence, instead of sarebbe bello vederti, let's do sarebbe stato bello vederti domani. No, sarebbe stato bello vederti ieri. Okay, so how would you say this? Remember, sarebbe bello, we say it would be. So to put it would be in the past, it would have been. Remember, you add have and you put the verb in participle style. So it would have been nice to see you yesterday. It would have been nice to see you yesterday. Number 2, ieri sarebbe potuta essere una giornata fantastica. So same sentence but in the past. Sarebbe potuta essere. In English, we would say yesterday could have been a fantastic day. So again, could be becomes could have been. And the last sentence is forse ti saresti dovuto riposare un po'. So now, ieri ti saresti dovuto riposare un po'. In English, we would say yesterday you should have relaxed or you should have rested a little bit. So same thing. Remember, you just add have and you change the verb from the base form to the participle form. Alright guys, let's stop here, but I want to remind you one more time about the Bringlese English class. 6 live English lessons every month for $10. Check that out in the link below. On top of that, if you want to listen to my videos in audio form only, check out the Briller podcast, where I put not only the audio of these videos, but I also make specific unique podcast episodes. If you want more opportunities to listen to English, my English is very clear in that podcast. So I hope, as always, you guys are learning something. Thank you for visiting Bringlese today, and I'll catch you next time, okay? Peace.